nothing hold me back.
Here it was.
You're right to the man, then you're going to get focused now.
Alright. What's up, guys? It's Shidi. This is Dabakong.
Dabakong, welcome to the man, then.
So, this is my brother. We've been going to the gym for like, how long now? Like 7 years?
7 years.
Well, me, it's like 7 years. I don't know about you.
Since I came out of the womb, my brother.
Wait, shut, man. I think you're hard or something. Alright, so we're just going to talk about like how we like started the gym and like what we used to do growing up and stuff. So,
What you used to do growing up and stuff?
yeah, like at the gym.
Obviously, the man dead. So, to be fair, how did we start going to the gym? What was the story? So, do you want to?
Alright, my one was basically like, there wasn't like a proper motivate. Like, I've always been really active and stuff, innit? So, me and my mate from high school literally just decided, oh, let's just go to the gym and start lifting weights. And then it's been history ever since. Like, as soon as I touched that first dumbbell, it was like,
It's kind of gay, bro.
love us first sight.
It's kind of bad, bro. Man said it was a love at first sight.
Nah, but for real, like, we literally used to go ham, like, all the time. Like, it's like one of them situations where we go to the gym, we had no clue what we're doing, but we would just do, like, every machine, like, 6-7 sets of, like, 12 to 15 reps. And I think that's why, like, I'm like what I am now, because we kind of, like, had such a good foundation kind of thing. We're doing, like, so many stupid shit. We might be doing it wrong, like, we might be on a shoulder press, sitting the other way around and just pressing it, but we're working something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think everyone goes through that stage when we first started getting gym. I remember when I first started getting gym, the only thing I'd ever train would be literally my arms. That's all I'd ever train. I remember you and him and his mate called like Matt, all they'll do was take the piss out of me because that's all that I'd ever train. Whenever they'd training chest or shoulders or back, anything, I'd just be there training my triceps and my biceps. I'm pretty sure at a certain point you lot started taking the piss out of me, saying how I had no delts or whatever.
Yeah, you were like out of proportion, mate. Like,
because my bicep peak was a lot bigger than my actual front delts, which was a bit weird. But started training that hard. But I think it was just mainly start just to add a bit of size, get a bit of gallon and that. Yeah. And then eventually, I think he's become like a bit of an obsession in terms of wanting people to notice. Wanting to get big, and then wanting people to notice that you've got big. I think everyone goes through that stage where like
when you first started going to the gym, is the situation where like literally like you'll be there for like a week and you've made so much gains because your body's not used to it, so like it's adapting as fast as possible, and then like people start complimenting you, and then you're like, oh wow, I could actually just keep doing this. Like for me, I literally just did it because I just love lifting. Do you know what I mean? But it was nice to like get like kind of like the respect from other people as well, and like yeah, like. We've literally just been going consistently from like average out like 3 days a week, I'd say, for 7 years straight. Like there's been obviously times where you like start and stop, but on average, like I'd probably say I've been quite consistent. So
that's kind of to be fair. I think when the first few times you start getting people like notice you, notice they put on size is a good feeling, and that obviously gets you a bit gassed or whatever, and that motivates you a little bit more, so you get a bit more intrinsic motivation in terms of wanting to go to the gym for yourself. But I think it's pretty much just that. And then I've got to the point where I got to the session where if anyone will compare my size to someone else in my year, I want to be the biggest in my year. So if someone compared me, I'll take that as a massive, like, just an ego hit, like a big ego hit. And I think that's when the real obsession started, because it's actually so bad when I think about it. Like, looking back, when I train, no word of a lie, I'll be thinking, one of my brother, because he stacked on a lot more size than me, like quicker, because obviously he's 3 years older than me. So we started like 13, so he was like 15. So
yeah,
like,
so it was nice.
In terms of development, he was a lot further ahead.
When I first started, I literally had people in my year, so I'll finish this and then I'll let you speak. You know what? Finish your thought and then I'll let you speak afterwards. That's good.
What was it? Yeah, I remember like. Yes, obviously he was a bit further ahead than me, so I'd be in the gym and all I'd be thinking was, it sounds so bad. I'd be thinking about my brother and then other competitions, and that would just push me through like extra sets and extra reps. Looking back at it, it's hella bent and hella gay, but it's just like, it's one of those things that got me motivated and got me pumped, and actually got me a lot of gains because I pushed myself so much harder. And I think when you start training for over 3 years, it's hard to find that intrinsic motivation to push you ahead, because obviously like after 3 years and now I've added that size, I've got to where I wanted to be. and that sort of stuff. But now it's more in terms of like a more personal thing, where like I'm going to the gym in terms of to help myself grow, and also because I definitely have body dysmorphia, so that's a big part of it.
It's obviously mad because like when we first started going to the gym, like I was 15 and he was 12, and we used to take the piss out of him because he used to train sometimes with my mates, and like we used to take the piss out of him for like not lifting a particular way or not doing this. Oh, like that probably like just like made him like fucking just like smash it so much harder.
That vexed me hard. Yeah.
So like I was 15 and I thought that was late because we had like people in our year that like I think not too many but like a few boys that started going to the gym. And, like people used to kind of like low-key take a pic. I don't know why, but like make fun of him or whatever. And then eventually I started going.
Or gym lad.
Yeah, and then obviously I started going like at 15. I was like, oh my god, this is so late. But looking back, 15 is so early to start. But I'm happy I did start when I did, to be fair, because obviously you learn a lot over the years and stuff. Kind of.
Then we transformed from boys to machines. So it's pretty calm. Well, yeah, what else in terms of the gym and what we do? Like, what vexes you out when you go to the gym now with people?
Mate, there's a lot of things that annoy me at the gym, man. Like I don't even know where to start. Like people that literally just have like zero clue what they're doing, and like just like fair enough if you don't have a clue, like just watch a YouTube video. It's not hard to find. Like literally just go on YouTube and type in how to do this exercise. If you're first starting, write it down and then go to the gym and like try performing it instead of like going there and looking confused. Like you can literally see that they're nervous, like when they're trying to go to a machine. I've seen it so many times where I've literally had to like stop what I'm doing and like I don't want to like, because obviously like if someone sees me at the gym they might think, oh yeah, I know more than everyone, but I'm not that kind of person. So I didn't want to sound like too like intimidating or like patronizing, but I'll like walk up to them and be like, yo mate, do you want to like turn that upside down, you're doing it the wrong way or something, or like you're hitting this differently, or like, because at the end of the day it's all about helping people. That's why everyone's at the gym, to become better. So you want to be doing everything right. What vexes me, when people stay like at the same weight, like I see them doing the exact same shit every time I go to the gym. That has to be one of the most vexing, annoying things. Because it's like, what are you doing? What's the point of you coming to the gym if you're not going to progress? You need like to set goals. And if you're literally doing the same exercise, if I see you and you look exactly the same, doing exactly the same exercise with exactly the same weight, then like I'm just like,
you
what's just like,
it,
you know what I mean?
I was gonna say, I think that does vex me out hard as well, because all up in my head I think, why I go to the gym is to push myself, and also because to get actual good muscle growth and hypertrophy, you have to have progressive overload. So over a period of time, you have to stack on the weight. You can't just be static, because if not, your muscles aren't going to be under enough tension and stress, because you're just static. You're not really increasing the weight at all. You stay in the same place. And I think a lot of people have the mentality of, I'll go to the gym, I'll get a bit of a like nice pump, and then I'll walk out, which is fine if that's what you want. But if you actually want to get good results out of it, you've got to put yourself to the max every single time, because it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Because I think there's a place where you should be pushing yourself. You should be like trying to set goals and then reaching those goals and then setting other goals.
And like people that limit themselves as well, like this might sound like cliche or whatever, but like when I think about what I can do like at the gym, like let's say for a deadlift PA, like I almost like over extend my goals, because I know that like we're all humans. If I see someone else like some big deadlifter like Ross Swirl or whoever else is a big deadlifter, like deadlifting some mad weight like past 300 kilograms, that's all the only evidence I need. They're human beings, we've all got bones, we've all got muscles.
Yeah, I know.
I can do it if I just put in the work. Do you know what I mean? Obviously some people are going to be like, oh, genetic predispositions and stuff like that, but I honestly think if like a lot of it is mental, and if you literally just get past that barrier, you will literally see yourself grow. Like there's been times where I've been at the gym and I noticed myself growing just because I've literally put it in my head, like, oh, all right, I'm gonna put a little bit more work into this. Like it's all about effort, man. Like if you put in the effort, like it sounds so cliche, but you will literally get there. Do you know what I mean?
I was gonna say to you, in terms of when you're training at the gym, when you walk in, how do you switch your mindset? That sounds a bit bent, because again, I think the difference between us as trainers is, when we train anyway, compared to other people, is we have a different mindset when we're at the gym. So when as soon as I enter the gym and normally have my headphones on, music blasting, I enter the gym, and if there's going to be a heavy deadlift, any session to be fair, but most of the time, if it's like a big chest or big deadlift session, as soon as I walk into the gym, I'll take a massive breath in, slowly, and then just take everything in. And then when I let that out, I'm literally in a different place. I'm now concentrated, and I almost look vexed if you saw me from outside, you might see that I look face, but just because I'm like, my only focus right now is going to that weight, moving the weight.
Honestly, like that's
just killing it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's so
like,
funny
just
because
switch your brain,
I have the same mentality. Like, for example, like if I've got a heavy deadlift, like the people like people that have deadlifted with me know that I take like when I get to the heavy set, I normally take quite a while to get into like the mental space because it's not something I can just walk into and just do. Like I need to like think about what I'm doing, like get myself psyched up, like. I don't know. Different people have different ways of like getting themselves motivated, but like with me, I normally like have like if I'm going through a PB, I normally have a particular song that I play every single time, and I've been playing that ever since I was like I don't know 15 or 16, and I think because my brain is like used to like hear it. Like, literally, when I was 15, 16, I was putting on like 10 kg on my deadlift almost every week. It was mad. So like when I play this song, it's like okay, my brain's like okay, this is the PB song now, so it like gets me in the zone, and you would literally see my face like doing some fucking weird angry stuff like before I deadlift, and then that like gets me, that almost like switches like my adrenaline start like flowing through my body. I can literally feel it like before I go for like a heavy PB.
Yeah.
And then
I go a bit lightheaded,
I kind of like just go for it and like switch out and just zone out and do it. But that's something I do need to work on. It annoys me that I take like 5-10 minutes just to get set for like a lift. But
I think if you try to have like a sequence, I only have your music. Because for me, what I normally do is
have a routine.
I normally just like take 3 heavy breaths, like either 3 or 5 heavy breaths.
Yeah.
Set myself up to the bar, close my eyes, and then I just clear my head. I'm not really thinking of anything at all. I'm just thinking like my muscles, trying to connect to every part of my muscles, my legs, my quads. And then when I go down, it's almost like. So when I grab as soon as I grab the bar, when I feel that bar, that's a trigger in my head. I swear to God, like as soon as I grab that, like bend down, everything's all tight and cool, and my fingers and my hands start to wrap around the bar. As soon as I grab that and feel that, you know when you like grab it,
I know what you mean.
You feel like that just it's a buzz.
Like, it's weird as well because like it's everything. You need to like cut with something like a deadlift, like. Some people might go into and like try lifting it without like contracting.
I'm going back to tank. I had changed everything. I bought the wrong one.
Alright, that's one.
So let me just watch it, okay?
Well, going to Valentine's, the big Don.